Yes, let's start. We'll see if someone else is dropping in. So today I have a couple of questions, and the questions are kind of the same topic, and we're still on the malabsorption topic. So I will talk a little bit about that, and also that when something is related to the malabsorption, it might also be connected to the thyroid. So that's why I'm going to talk a little bit about the thyroid. And so there's hypo when the thyroid is underactive, and there's hyper when the thyroid is overactive. And sometimes, not always, the hyper active thyroid is included in what we call excessive thinness. So losing weight rapidly and having problems keeping weight on is almost always malabsorption, parasites and candida, and hyperthyroidism. So all of these topics are kind of interlinked, so I will talk a little bit about that and answer some questions. And the information that I sent out information about this in this week. So all the theoretical stuff is in there. It also has to do with low adrenals. So it's kind of, everything is interlinked. So one of the questions were eating when not hungry, and like eating. So I felt that this is eating, like emotional eating, and it's eating because bored, and it's like underlying energies creating a hunger that's not really there. So when we have thinness or excessive thinness and problems to gain weight and losing weight rapidly, then we have the malabsorption, and that is the infection of the bowel wall, and that infection makes the blood cannot get the nutrients from the food that we eat. And also together with that, we can have the hyperthyroidism, which is the opposite of what I had. I had hypo, but I know the hyper quite well because my doctor allowed me to experiment with medication. And if you eat too much medication, thyroid medication, when you have hypothyroidism, you get hyper. So, and I wanted to have energy, and when you have hyperthyroidism, you are more like stressed. There's an underlying frequency that is not calm. It's not balanced. So you can have like rapid heart rate, you can have anxiety and stress and this hyperactivity because the energy is overactive. And together with so if you have excessive thinness or if you are overweight, it's always the adrenals are always also included in the game, so to speak, because they control the sugar metabolism. So, and low adrenals also creates stress and anxiety and this overall feeling of not feeling comfortable. And if you include parasites in the mix, then you have a lot of different attributes that controls the food. So you have the thyroid, you have the adrenals, and the parasites wants you to just eat and eat and eat and eat. So if you have that together with this restlessness and feeling of being bored and not feeling grounded, content, and comfortable, then the body turns into eating. And in society, it's okay to be thin. You can even be very, very thin, but you can't be too thin. So it's like, because then people think there's something wrong with you, and then we tend to so if you have problem keeping weight on, then you don't hold back with the food. And then if you don't detox, because what you have to do is to heal all of these things inside. You need to heal the thyroid, heal the adrenals, and clean out the bowels and get rid of the parasites to make the body stable again. And so, I mean, even in hospitals for anorectic people, they give people like hamburgers and peanut butter just because it's high calorie, and all they care about is the body gaining weight, not to heal the system and heal the body truly. So the reason why this person wants to eat is probably due to these underlying issues. So it's not for this person, if it's not a problem to eat, because if you want to gain weight, it's good to eat. So just keep on eating, but make sure you eat good stuff. Snack on the fruits, snack on dates. If you want something sweet, bananas, I mean, all kinds of vegetables, fruits. Make the nice cream, add a lot of bananas, dates inside, so the bananas are quite filling. The dates adds the sweetness, and then you can have a little bit of lemon to balance it out if you think it's too sweet. Then you can eat that. So it's, for this person, it's not a problem about eating a lot. You eat as much as you want, but eat the right things, because if you eat the right things, the body will use it to heal. The problem is when we go to cravings and start to eat processed things, sugar, meat, or like pizza or hamburgers or bread or cheese, because all of that just contributes to the problem being even bigger. And then we're stuck in this circle. So you need to break the circle and start to heal and use different things to heal, and then slowly work with healing the hyperthyroidism. That is, according to my teachers, very easy to heal with the raw food. So it's about education, being deciding what you want to do, and keeping on track in that situation. And another question was also about losing weight on this detox diet. And the person writes, yeah, my goal is to train and have muscle. And to train and have muscle and detoxing is two different roads. So for people who have something to heal, so the raw food diet is very, very healthy for everyone. It's not something that you have to do for the rest of your life. And as I say, the 80-20 is fantastic. Then you will stay healthy for a very, very, very long time. And as I said before, I will not detox the rest of my life. I will eat cooked food as well. But I have things to heal. I am very, very dedicated to my health. And if you are dedicated to your health and have a lot of things that you want to heal, then that needs to be the priority, and the visual needs to be secondary. So not all people want to lose weight. Um, some people want to gain weight. Some people want to focus on the visuals. So it's about the decision. What do you want, and what do you need? Some people do. So I will always eat healthy. That's I mean, and I will probably have a base of raw food and fruits, but I will also eat like cooked vegan meals. And also I will start shaping my body and start rebuilding as it comes. Like you detox and then you rebuild. And I also have um, like vanity issues. I mean, I have hypothyroidism, which means I can't. It's like I'm not going to say I can't. It's very difficult for my body to lose weight. And I have been transitioning off the medications, and now that I'm off medication, the body refuses to lose weight, which is very, very frustrating. So, but then I need to say, I need to focus on healing, and then I can focus on the visual. So it's like, if I can't heal the body first, then I will always be stuck in this loop. So my recommendation to this person, no, I lost track there. What I will do is I will have a base of healthy foods, and then I will do deeper cleansing protocols probably twice per year that I will do with herbs. I will do detox, I will do fasting, and all of that. I will go deep and give the body a chance to kind of heal and to kind of, yeah, it's like spring cleaning and fall cleaning. So that's what you can do. But then you have to know that you might lose a little bit of muscle mass, but because the protein muscles are mostly water. So, and the body doesn't really want them because the body is not visual. So the body loses those muscles like instantly. That's why they're so hard to get and so hard to keep. Once you get them, you fight really, really hard to get them, and then you fight extremely hard to keep them if you're not genetically built like that. And that's why, because they make no real use for the body. The body wants to be lean, the body wants to be light, the body wants to be energetic. And that's why they say, like, oh, if you have muscle mass, that costs twice as much energy as fat. Yeah, you don't want to have excessive fat, but you have a little bit of fat. But if you have a lot of muscle, that costs a lot of energy for the body, and the body doesn't want anything that costs a lot of energy. So it will remove that very quickly. So when you do a detox and a cleansing, you have to understand that the body will do whatever it wants to do to heal. You cannot be in control of, oh, I want to detox, but I don't want to lose my abs, or I don't want to lose my biceps. I mean, abs would probably be more showing. So I don't want to lose my biceps. But the body is like, I don't care. I'm going to focus on healing the adrenals, and I need that energy. So I'm going to get rid of that muscle. So it's about, what is the purpose of your detox? You can spend 11 months building and then 1 month cleaning, and then be fine with losing a little bit of muscle when you are detoxing. But if you have something that you really need to heal, you kind of need to focus and allow the body to do what the body does best, and that's taking care of you and healing. So do I want to heal my physical body, or do I want to please my ego and my validation and my the visual? So, and that's pretty hard sometimes, especially with the society that we live in at the moment, that it's very, the appearance is important. And I know this person very well, so my suggestion is to go into meditation and ask your body what it wants, and see what the ego says. Listen to what is the ego and what is the body. and you take a decision from there. Because if you don't need anything to heal, then you can have fun. I mean, life is a playground. Life is supposed to have fun. So yeah, then you can focus on building instead of, I mean, then you can focus on more. So the vegetables are more building than the fruits. So the fruits are more healing and the vegetables are more building. So you can still eat raw 80-20, but you can eat mostly vegetables and a lot of vegetables and a lot of bananas and dates, like more high calorie stuff. And you can also add superfood blends. And so what's like the not secret, but like one thing that people who have been detoxing for a long time and then start rebuilding, as they say, and start to work out a lot and start shaping the body and building muscle and on that side of the spectrum, they eat a lot of alfalfa. So alfalfa is apparently like a muscle boost. So you can grow your own alfalfa. It's super easy at home. I mean, there's probably like a million YouTube videos how to do that. So start doing that. And yeah, that's it about that. And also one question, well, it's not so much a question, but I talked to 2 people now about like, oh, I have a cold. And it's like, yeah, and maybe that's detox symptoms or corona, who knows. No, but so the detox, there's like cold and flu-like symptoms. So we usually divide it in detox symptoms and catching a cold. So the difference between detox symptoms and catching a cold is the detox symptom is a detox symptom. It's as the body is gaining extra energy from the detox, because that's what we do. We allow the body and digestive system to rest because we reduce the food intake and we only give it nutrition in form of raw, easy digestible fruits and vegetables that the body can use minimal energy to just, it's like pick and eat. It's like pick and eat for us, and it's the same thing for the body. It's already, the fruit is already simple sugars, and the simple sugars are what the body breaks down and use as energy. And the raw vegetables takes a little bit of energy to break down, but it's also much easier than everything else. So when the body is like having all this extra energy that it doesn't have to spend on breaking down pizzas and hamburgers and alcohol, and getting like a lot of nutrition, then the body starts to heal itself and starts to filter out the toxins, and then that can start to go quite fast, and then we catch these cold and flu-like symptoms. So if you have a sore throat, then it's because the lymphatic system starts to move. And when you catch a cold or get like cold symptoms, it's mucus leaving the body. So that's so when you have a runny nose, that's mucus leaving the body as a sign of the detox. And also if you cough and you cough up mucus, that's also a detox symptom, due to the body getting, as I talked about hydration, it's getting more hydrated, and in the tissue, in the dry tissue, there's mucus, and as the tissue starts to get hydrated again, the body can let go of that mucus, and then you start to cough it up, and you can get mucus release from ears, eyes, nose, mouth, all openings. And there's you can probably Google quite extreme stuff. So people who do, so watermelon, for instance, is extremely mucus pulling. So people can have like just floods out of the nose, or people start to cough up like yellow, green, brown, and black stuff because the body is letting go of toxins that's stored in the body in the dehydrated tissues. So that's detox symptoms. But what the body also can do when it feels like, oh, I need to clean myself, then they invite a cold or a flu. So they invite this into the system, and then you start to clean. So it depends. So I've been detoxing now for many years, so I haven't had a cold for years. So my body, it doesn't get that kind of symptoms anymore, either if it's a detox or catching a cold. So yeah. So if you get it, just allow it and go with it, and just like, hey, support the body to clean itself. And yeah, you can, if you think that it's too much, then you can add, like, then you back off of the detox. Or if you feel like, oh, I want to go deeper, I want to support, then you can go deeper. It depends on how you feel and what you enjoy. And yeah, like me, I just like, oh, if I get a cold now, I would be so happy, because then I felt like I would have hit another layer. And if you have fever, don't suppress it, because it's the body's way of releasing toxins through the skin, and yeah, killing bacteria and stuff that the body is harmful for bacteria. So if you suppress the fever, then you suppress whatever it was that the body tried to heal. You just suppress it deeper into the system. So yeah, don't do that. Work with the body and allow yourself to rest and take care of yourself. Yes, that is that about that. That was the questions that I've had, and a little bit about the malabsorption. So the hypothyroid is something that is very, very common, and that I've had for many, many years. And I've eaten a lot of medication for this, and it took me a couple of years to transition off of it. And I've been doing that only with the work that we have been doing here. And mostly the most beneficial is the detox, but also healing the adrenals, coming down from stress, and the lifestyle in general, of course, because we are a holistic being, and all of those things matter a lot. But I would say the diet is key. If I wouldn't have had this diet that I've had, I wouldn't have been able to heal it like I've had. And since we are also running a business here, then I haven't been able to go. I mean, if I would have been a customer here, then I would have gone much, much deeper and probably much faster. But I have been taking it step by step, and it wasn't until I cleared out the candida that it became easier for me. Because if you want to detox and stick on the foods that the parasites and fungus doesn't really like, then the cravings become very, very like loud. And then I healed out the candida, and then it became much, much easier. So yeah, and a lot of herbs, So if anyone has more detailed questions about the hypothyroidism, please write me, and I can go into more depth in that. Otherwise, I will unmute me and Evelyn. And if you have any questions or would like to share how it's going, because now we are, there's 1 week left. So if you would like to share, or if you have questions, please shoot. Seems like I can't unmute you. You now.
Yeah. Hello.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much. I just clean my hands.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. What can I say? I have to admit, I cannot really like. Obviously I think I have like the candida, because I really, when I try to eat just fruit and cooked a little bit or whatever, I feel so very bad. And now with the new situation, with the like being single mom, I had to just give my ego in and say, okay, then eat this like a little bit sweet thing, or eat this bread, because then I can take care of my baby. Otherwise I get like, oh, and this I just don't want now, because everything is new for him also, right?
Yeah.
So I thought, okay, I give it in. Every day I try again. It's okay. I now punish myself. So, and I think I really need, at the same time, I really like start, because I know, yes, now I feel comfortable with the situation.
Yeah.
And I can handle like the daily life is a little bit new now, but we're very used to it already. Yeah. So I think maybe 1st of November was too early. Yeah. Maybe like 1st of December or mid-December, we have like settled in together, and me also. And then I think I have at the same time, I really like, okay, today I start with raw food. I have to take the parasite herbs. Like, I think it doesn't make sense to start and then I feel again, and then 2 weeks later to start herbs for the candida. I don't know. I mean, the symptoms will come, of course. I feel it almost every day when I give it a try, but at least now I could, after really a couple, I may be like not strong enough, but yeah, I know I'm strong enough. I just think it wasn't the perfect time yet, hasn't been the perfect time yet, but what I do is like, okay, I allow myself to, okay, then have this sweet thing or have this bread, but I do it more consciously. And I also, I don't want to apologize for not following or something like the detox, but I get very, very aware when it happens, what I gonna consume, how much of it, not controlling, but like, it's very also like the emotional thing that's going on. When do I have the craving? Like, it's really like much more conscious about everything. So I think next week is the last week, right? So maybe I try every day. I'm gonna try, and I try with only fruits a couple of days, and then one day it broke, and then I felt so bad. I mean, for me, I don't care, but then with Francis, I was like, okay, no, I cannot. I don't want to be this mom now when you have like the dad, I don't know where, right? Like that. So I thought, like, for myself, okay, when I feel better, he's gonna feel okay. And next time when I start, I know, okay, you have to separate, or I have to like eat this. I try also with different fruit and with different vegetables to see what it changed. So I'm like more prepared than maybe.
Yes,
like,
I mean, you will be. I mean, this is not a failure. What you've been doing is not a failure. This is you taking the first steps into healing and learning more about your situation and what is what it takes to do it, and now you know. And I mean, we all have to balance whatever life we have. And I mean, you've learned so much during this process, and now you kind of, before when you went in, you didn't know anything about anything, like, oh, maybe I have candida, maybe I have this, and now it's more like, okay, this is this, and I know what it takes, and then you know what kind of life to create for yourself when you feel like, okay, now I can do it. So
Exactly. Yeah.
this is
Yeah.
definitely not this is, I mean, this is great. I mean, this is truly you being one step closer to figure things out. So this is,
Yeah.
yeah.
And also, I mean, I wanted to know, in the candida process itself, it's only fruit or also raw vegetable? It's
You
about the
can eat raw,
roasting.
you can eat raw vegetables also.
Because now almost every day I spend my leisure time about reading. In Thailand here, I don't know all the vegetables, if I can eat them raw or not. Back
Yeah.
in Europe wouldn't be a problem. And
Yeah.
so I really, when I go to the market, buy a lot. Almost every day I see something, I'm gonna Google what it is. I try, does it say anything about eating raw, or is there like a limit of consumption because they can have toxins or something?
No,
So
no, generally not. You can, it's some of the herbs uh, that is at the market. You can ask the one who sells it if this is for raw or fresh. And sometimes they are like, no, God, you cannot eat this raw. This is cooked. Like they're very particular with how you consume different herbs. You don't know what it is. But in generally, with the vegetables, you can eat them all. I mean, everything, all the common vegetables that you have. I mean, you have all the common vegetables at the market here.
yeah.
Go with them.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. So I think then I really go, because I'm more the person of, when I wanna start, I gonna decide today, and then I do, and then I not do.
Yeah.
So I mean, today I start again, and until now successfully. And if I can handle, like, because I today, sorry when I talk so much, I'm gonna stop. And today I cleaned all the stuff. I saved my room. I did everything, and like everything is so light and bright, and this is how I feel. So I want to see how the day goes.
Yeah.
Because it's easier to really observe on a Sunday when I'm not working. And I think with this step also can be that I really can say yes. It's now the heavy things from what we have been through, or like cleaned twice already. So I think maybe now my body is not craving the sugar too much.
Yeah, but that's great. And when you feel like it's time to start, I'd be happy to give you a free consultation to guide you more in practical. So if you let me know when you want to start, then we can discuss how to set it up for you so you can have as much success as possible. And we can also talk a little bit, because the emotional part here is huge, because there's parasite and fungus and candida that's deeply connected to the emotional. That's like, I can't even begin to explain how much that affected me. That when I cleared that out, I felt like, wow, this is how it's supposed to feel. This is crazy. And also with low adrenals, then the anxiety. And if you have the hyperthyroid, then you have much easier to feel anxious and feel overwhelmed and stressed and nervous. And that was as I was healing from my hypothyroidism, when I was still on medication, that's how I knew that it was time for me to to lower the medication, because then I would have like a week or two, and it was like, it's so interesting because it took like 2 weeks before I finally understood, oh, it's the medication. It's like, why do I feel fear? Why do I feel nervous? Why do I feel agitated? Why do I feel stressed over things that doesn't really matter? And then after 2 weeks, I was like, oh my God, it's medication. Then I was going into the hyper, like slowly, subtle. I was going into the hyper. And then, so I know that feeling very, very well. And that together, I mean, and also the fact that of the situation that you've actually been through. I mean, so it doesn't help to have those conditions to make life not feel so stable and emotionally great, you know.
Yeah.
So
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think it. But I mean, I do every day, and when I see, I try, and when I see, I try to reduce the sugary things, and I mean, I'm not eating too much sugary things, anyways. But it was like I'm more aware of the when or what, and I think maybe really, I think it needs a couple of more days to really like for me to settle into. Yeah, now I just go really like without, and then I wanna really like start. But I do every day, but like with yeah. I mean, there are days very well. There are a couple of days always wow, great, successful, I would say, and then it breaks down. But when I see, yes, I guess it's
that's
really like a couple of more days or
but that's
one
typical,
2 more weeks, and then
yeah.
And then I think, yes, now I just, yeah. But I mean, maybe I can be that I write you tomorrow. Yeah, yesterday was very successful. Now I'm into it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm into it. But like,
But you're already doing it step by step. Don't sweat about it. Don't punish yourself.
sorry for talking so much. Thank you.
No problem. But let me know when you feel like you want to do the herbs and everything, and then we can meet. And you will come here and pick up the herbs anyway if you feel like you want to do that, and I can guide you.
Very good. Yeah. If I pick them up, so it would be a weekend. So this would be maybe next weekend or something.
Yeah, just let me know.
Very good. Yeah. I'm gonna talk to you. Thank you for listening. Oh my God, and thank you for sharing. And sorry for everybody who has to listen to my.
No problem at all.
I don't think you understand that how helpful people will find it, because it's you need to hear real like how other people do it, and you learn a lot from that. So thank you for sharing.
Yeah, I learn huge stuff about everybody and about myself, and I mean, it's very cool. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, and thank you, Sara.
Thank you. Mia, do you have anything to share or ask?
Yeah, I do. I think I've had a fairly easy time with it. Not easy, I wouldn't say, but I haven't struggled that hard with it. But I also have fairly optimal like life circumstances. I'm on my own. I study mostly distance. I don't have that many obligations. I don't have a baby to take care of like I have. So I've just been I've been eating like 80-20 throughout. Mostly I haven't been able to go like fully into just vegetable into just fruits because I just felt like I tried to eat only fruits for like 2-3 days, but then I just got it became so like strong for me, and I felt like I couldn't really handle it. So then I went back to like a cooked raw combination with lots of veggies as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's just been very nice for me. It's just made me go deeper within myself and asking myself a lot of, deeper questions to like, what am I gonna do with my life? Like it connects to that sort of thing that it's just like, oh, this feels very nice. Maybe I'd like to be somewhere where I can have this sort of lifestyle more. It's just, yeah, it's just hard for me. It just ties into like bigger questions of me and where I am and where I want to go, and how my life is gonna unfold. It just goes back to those sort of questions, and it makes me like think deeper about that.
That's good.
I've had some, yeah, just reflecting, about life.
But didn't you just start like 5 years of law school? Don't you know what you're gonna do?
Yeah, I know, but it's just like, yeah, I know. It's I obviously want to do that, to give myself like a broad span, because I do really find it interesting, and I really want to do this because I've always wanted to do it, and it is a lot of fun. But it's just like, maybe I know that this is but I'm like, maybe after that or in between, I can take long breaks during the exam, and like during the program, go places, go to exchange. I can take a break and blah blah blah.
Oh, it's good. It's
Yeah,
it's very important to know what you want to do with your life, and so what you describe is the circumstances. Like, what kind of circumstances do I want for myself?
exactly. It's just like, what do I want to see when I wake up? What type of environment do I want to be in? What type of vibe? Like, what is going to be optimal for me? How can I have a like happy, healthy life where I don't feel like I'm, where I don't feel, not that I feel bad all the time or anything, but just to be in like a thriving, healthy, like high energy vibe. Because, school, it's mostly distance now, so I don't have to deal with the weird energy there, in that sort of way. So that's very nice. Like, I really do enjoy the distance thing. So I'm just reflecting on, how I can live, so like how I can just have like a sustainable financial life for myself, doing what I actually enjoy,
Yeah.
and then finding optimal circumstances. This is just like, it's so funny because I feel this so much more when I do the detox. Like, it's just like, I feel like I don't have that sort of like, oh, I can think, because I think a lot about food and I love to cook and whatever. But then when I don't have that sort of thing to occupy my mind, and I'm not sluggish from eating bread or anything, like it just goes deeper in me, and that's the type of things that I think about all the time. But it's just been, I don't know, made me go deeper within myself and reflect more.
Yeah. I mean, the detox is physical. It heals you physically, and it actually heals you emotionally as you're doing the detox, whether you process the emotions or not, or you are aware of it, because the energy and the emotions and the vibration is stored in the physical cell as vibration. And as the body starts to heal cell by cell, you kind of transform the cell from like, if there's a lot of negative energy stored in a specific area, or then when the body heals that, then the energy that is inside is released, and that's what you can feel on the out, like when it passes through. So you actually raise your own vibration by doing the detox. And you're also digging into, because so if you're eating only fruits and vegetables, like mostly fruits and vegetables, you are like, if we go into a spiritual aspect, then you are closer to source, closer to the universe, closer to the creator, closer to God, whatever you want to call it, but you're closer to whatever is creating life. And that's also when you say that you feel lighter, you don't feel sluggish. That is the vibration going up in the body and being closer to the frequency of the source. And then you start to automatically be closer to these kinds of questions. And so people use the detox, and I use the detox to heal my physical body, but I also use it as much to really dig out all the emotional garbage that I definitely don't want. And I do it as a spiritual practice because it's much, much easier to connect to who do I truly want to be? Who do I want? What kind of life is that? So it's an absolutely magical tool.
Yeah, it really is, because I mean, I have those questions in me all the time, but I just feel like it's just been like raised up a little. I don't know how to say, like it's been elevated. I think it's very
like radio frequencies, like radio channels. It's like that radio channel goes louder.
Yeah.
And,
but no, it's just been, I mean, it's been really hard, and I mean, I've had some pretty severe headaches, and then, you know, I'm fairly not super sick now or anything, but just it's hard to distinguish the detox symptoms from, you know, COVID. But, yeah. I'm just very happy that I have these tools and I have someone, because like it's so nice to be able to tap into this frequency easier because of all the work that you do, and Eric and everything. It's just, I feel very, I don't know, blessed or whatever to be able to do this, because it's so nice, and just so many people never like would even reflect about things like this, or you know, I just feel very grateful for this, because it definitely it's gonna have such a great impact on my life forever, on what I choose to do and how I you know think about things. And it's just been very nice for me.
That's thank you for sharing that. That's wonderful to hear. And so what I said when we started, now we still have another week to go, but what I said in the beginning is like my goal for this is the people to actually do 30 days in one way or another, and to join the program all the way, is to learn about themselves, learn about the detox, and to hopefully feel like, oh, I can incorporate this in my lifestyle, and to learn to have a tool to do exactly what you say. So like that you have, because now you can do this. I mean, you don't need me to do it. You can do it whenever you want. And I mean, I will still continue to do like we calls and stuff like that after. I don't know. I haven't figured out what it's going to look like, but I will keep connecting with people. But just the fact that you can do it on your own, I mean, it's so easy. The tool is right there.
Yeah, eat fruit.
So cool. Yeah, so cool.
Yeah, super cool.
Thank you. So now it's only one, or do you have questions?
No, I don't think so.
No. And if you do, you just write to me and then I will ask.
Yeah.
So no problem. So there's 1 week left. So if there's anyone who's interested in fasting the last week, then send me a message and I can see what I can come up with. If anybody wants to go deep in the end, we'll see. That's what I want to send out and finish off with this week. And if there's any questions for the last session, or if there's any topics that are interesting that you want to know more about, then just write me and I'm happy to share. Okay, I guess that's it for today. Then I say ciao, ciao, and have a wonderful Sunday and a great week until next time.
Thank you. Thank you for everything.
Same. Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.